Yep. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Listen, man. This is just a warning to all the people out here in this world. You got some thirsty people. But understand this. A lie ain't gonna never outrun the truth. So, I got a Burbank Police Department report. Very interesting. Very interesting. We're going to do a read. This dude, Jay Reed, at the end of the day, I didn't address this before. My name ain't Luce Cannon. I don't know you like that. I wasn't in jail with you. I don't know you. I don't communicate with you. I let it be known. I only know one Jay Reed. He from Inglewood. And I haven't seen him in quite some time, businessman. But I guess it comes to my attention that you actually went to the Burbank Police Department and lied to these people and told these people that you came to No Jumper for a business meeting. Only have business meetings with one person in No Jumper, and that's Adam. I don't use No Jumper as a meet place. I use an office, my attorney's office, my own office. Oh, the individual office I'm discussing the business with. We got 121 people in here. We're going to get to it. Let's get them in here because I am not reading this over again. I'm going to do a read for y'all. This is your guy, Jay Reed Compton, Rick Rock, the rest of y'all. This is what well, he's a Crip. Jay Reed's a Crip. I found that out when I heard him say it's set. I don't know the dude. I found it out that night. Not that I give a damn, could care less, but he from like Hawthorne, Crip, something, I don't know, 11-8 Hawthorne, I don't know, even something I ain't never heard of, right? But that's his damn business. I don't give a damn where nobody from personally. I've been telling y'all for 20 years, I'm not a gangbanger. I don't care where nobody from, really. The value of gang. So we're going to do this read. We got Jay Reed, as we see I'm looking at, went to the Burbank Police Department. Let me start this read. Offense, attempted murder. They say the offense is attempted murder. 664-187. Suspect 1, Jermaine Ashley Williams. Well, that's a little different, right? Same birthday, but I guess they'll figure that one out. Unless, like old Luce brothers came in and said, this dude been using his name, putting cases on him. Another form of telling. This is crazy. This nigga Luce really, like, it's crazy. I mean, we're going to talk about it because the bozo recorded itself. It ain't, shit. And from my understanding, I believe the brother was already incarcerated. So, evidently they must have went down there and talked to this clown and he didn't gave him his brother name. This is wild. They got a suspect number 4, Cash Jones. So remember, they got a suspect 1 and a suspect 4. They don't name a suspect 2 and 3, but we're going to get to that. Victim 1, Jermel Reed. Okay. Burbank Police Department. Author is a police officer. Date, January 3rd, 2025. Narrative text, author's police department, okay. Related date, January 3rd, 2025. Victim was assaulted by multiple suspects outside of a music podcast studio. One suspect struck the victim in the head multiple times with the firearm and pointed the firearm at the back of his head during the incident, while 2 other suspects removed valuables from his person in excess of $5,000. Video of incident available. Okay. Burbank Police Department. Narrative text. The report is a summary of an investigation referred to my body-worn camera and uploaded video of the incident for specific actions and statements, which means when Jay Reed went down here, they recorded him. Case number GOBP 2025-196. On 1/2/25, January 2nd, 2025, at approximately 1,530 hours, Officer Caldwell and Officer Shaw responded to the front counter of the Burbank Police Department regarding a robbery report. Upon our arrival, we were contacted by victim Jermel Reed. The following is a summary of the report incident according to Reed. Victim statement, Reed. On 12/26/24, Reed went to the location of No Jumper Podcast Studio, gives the address, for a business meeting with Cass Jones, Adam Grand Mason, and Termaine Williams, right? Jones' background and gang affiliation. Jones is a rapper, music manager, hip-hop commentator, and record executive who manages several music artists. Jones admitted to being a member of the Pacoima Paru Bloods with the moniker of Lil Wack during a social media interview on December 6, 2023. Jones stated he got jumped into the gang when he was 12 years old and still claims to be a member. I've been on gang files since 1989. That's no secret. The Paw Rules, this is all Jay Reed. The Paw Rules is an umbrella street gang alliance under a large alliance of Bloods based out of Compton, California, which eventually spread to Carson, Inglewood, and Watts. The name Paw Rule is derived from a Paw Rule street in Compton. The Paw Rule Alliance is under the Blood Alliance, in which the Paw Rule Alliance has street gang sets which have subsets. There are currently 15 known Paw Rule sets in the greater LA area. The Pacoima Paw Rules are a criminal street gang as defined in 186.22 PC. Yeah, this is a dumbass crip. You can't be from around here and just think it's only 15 Paw Rule sets, but you know, last I checked, it ain't against the law to be from a gang. It's against the law to do gang activity. Williams' background and gang affiliation. This is even wilder. This dude, Jay Reed, is crazy. Williams is a rapper and music producer. Williams admitted to being a member of A-Trays before eventually becoming a member of the Rolling 60 Crips during a social media interview on January 30th, 2024. I remember Luce saying he lived in the A-Trays as a kid. I've never heard him say he was from A-Tray. The A-Tray Gangster Crips, ETGCs, are known as A-Tray Gangster Crips or A-Tray Gangster Crips, are primarily African-American street gang located on the west side of South Los Angeles, formerly known as South Central Los Angeles. Damn, Jay Reed, I thought you was a 11-8 gangster crip. What you putting the light on them for? They ain't got nothing to do with Luce Cannon. The Rolling 60s neighborhood Crips, also known as the Rich Rolling 60s, are a large primary African-American street gang located on the west side of South Los Angeles, formerly known as South Central Los Angeles. The Rolling 60s neighborhood Crips and the A-Tray Crips were close allies and often fought rival gangs side by side until the mid-'80s. Now, I think 1979, that kind of separated, but whatever. The A-Tray Gangster Crips are known to be one of the most violent street gangs in all of Los Angeles County. Both the A-Tray Gangster Crips and Rolling 60s Neighborhood Crips are a criminal street gang as defined in 186.22 PC. Jay Reed, you know when you make police reports, you got to tell the truth about things, my brother. But let's get to it. Grand Mason background. Grand Mason is a host of No Jumper podcast. The podcast focuses on interviews with underground mainstream hip-hop artists and pop culture-orientated guests of different careers and backgrounds. Grand Mason has hosted numerous admitted Bloods and Crips. Grand Mason has hosted numerous admitted Bloods and Crips, to include subsects gang members on his show, some of which have become violent against Grand Mason or other people present at the podcast studio doing interviews. So he then went and told the Burbank Police Department that Adam interviews Crips and Bloods and lets them on his show, let them work in his building. And he said that these people have become violent against other people. Grand Mason and Jones host another podcast together called The Adam and Wax Show, which appears to be associated with No Jumper Podcast. On this podcast, the two discuss current events, topics pertaining to the people in the entertainment industry. Probably the closest to the truth he done told. Victim statement, Jay Reed. Reed stated that he has known Jones and Williams for approximately 3 months and has been working on a network. Now let's stop right there. Jay Reed, you forgot you went on Rick Rock's podcast and told the world that you and Luce Cannon go back 10, 15 years. Y'all was locked up together in San Bernardino County. Come on, man, like what you doing to yourself? And have been working on a network deal to get them and Grand Mason their own show called The Exposers. This Negro got imagination. On a platform called Dosh Network that Reed is associated with. The Dosh Network is a new streaming platform that launches in January 2023 that claims to display an array of talented stars and creators on the web and provides the popular digital content and innovative business model that caters to its audience. Reed went to the location for the meeting and was not there to be on the No Jumper podcast. Whoa, okay. First of all, The Exposers is not a TV show. Second of all, I partnered with Dosh. I don't know nothing about you. Luce Cannon ain't even a partner with Dosh. You say you came down there December 26th for a meeting. My contracts with Dosh was signed at the top of November, almost a month prior to. I don't know who called you down there, how you got there, how you got the address to get there. But I guess we'll get to that. Reed arrived at the above location with his friend Marciano at approximately 7 o'clock. Now, if you watch the No Jumper show that starts at 5 o'clock, you always see at about 6:37, Adam says, I have to get home to my kid. It's been like that for 2 years. So there's no way you came down there to do a podcast interview or have a meeting with me and Adam, knowing that this man vacates the building 6:45, 7. He was outside of the building in the breezeway, I guess that's the alleyway, for approximately 2 to 3 minutes before entering the studio. Now that I remember. I remember seeing two people walk in the studio. I didn't know who the hell it was. And I immediately said, hey, building's closed. We out of here. Everybody gotta leave. Upon entering the studio, Jay Reed noticed the podcast came to an end. You didn't notice that because you never seen us in the podcast room. And people inside, to include Jones and Williams, were walking back out to the alleyway, the breezeway. Oh, I'm glad you remember that. I don't even know how the door got buzzed. Maybe Donnie or somebody was going out to their vehicle, but I do remember we was clearing the building. Reed noticed about 15 people exit the building into the breezeway as well. Once he was outside, Reed began speaking with Jones and Williams briefly about the Dash Network. As Jones showed Reed something on his phone, Williams suddenly struck Reed straight onto the bridge of his nose. The force of the strike caused Reed to fall to the ground, landing on his back. Well, you're forgetting a big old part in there. Before I came out, I got a call from Adam telling me it's two people in the back, and was I expecting company? I told him no, all my people here with me. Same people always here with me. Luce had a bunch of people. I thought it was maybe his people. Told him to go out and check. So you and Luce was already out there having a conversation. Your good old friend that you've been knowing 10, 15 years back from San Bernardino County Jail. Remember you went on Rick Rock show and this is what you said. I learned that from there. At this point, Reed was lost of consciousness for an unknown amount of time, but continued in and out of consciousness throughout the duration of the incident. At some point, Reed saw that Williams had a firearm, which he thought he saw Williams retrieve from the front pocket of his hooded sweater. He described the firearm as a pistol and believed it was possibly silver in color. However, he was unsure of the exact color as he had trouble recollecting certain details due to the loss of consciousness. Reed mentioned he remembered being struck and kicked across his entire body by Williams and multiple other suspects, and even recalled being pistol whipped, struck with the firearm in the face by Williams several times. Reed did not know who the other suspects were or how many times these persons struck or kicked him. He only recognized Williams and Jones. Well, I never touched you. Don't know you to touch you, ain't got a reason to touch you. Thank God for the stupidity of old Luce Cannon. The video shows that. Reed sustained multiple lacerations on his nose, head, neck, and face. He mentioned that he had bruising, swelling, redness, and had suffered from several headaches and loss of vision following the incident on December 29, 2024. Reed went to the Martin Luther King Jr. Community Hospital. That's 3 days later. Well, Luce Cannon got action there. You went 3 days later. Who's to say you didn't leave there and get your ass whooped somewhere else? At 1670 East 120th Street, Los Angeles, for treatment. MRN number gauge your number. The hospital discharge paperwork noted Reed had head trauma and lacerations to the face, but would need advanced imaging, which they did not have at the hospital, for further assessment. Reed provided a copy of the report, which I took pictures of and uploaded to the evidence. During the incident, Williams and the other suspects removed following items from Reed's person: gold watch, gold chain, diamond earrings, Louis Vuitton satchel, $1,200 of U.S. currency, brown wallet containing $50 in Bank of America credit cards, black Apple iPhone 14 Max Pro. Suspect description of Williams. This is what Jay Reed said about Luce Cannon. Reed described Williams as a black male, approximately 6 feet tall and 200 pounds. Reed could not recall the clothing Williams was wearing at the time of the incident, but described him as bald. Oh, that's crazy. Reed stated he would recognize Williams and Jones if he were to see them again. However, he would not be able to recognize the other suspects due to his loss of consciousness and how fast the incident occurred. Reed stated he was delirious and he seeks prosecution against Williams if he was able to locate and was prosecuted against the others involved suspects if they were to be identified. So he says he only knows one person that beat him, which is Williams. He don't know who the other people are. He couldn't even give a description. And he said he will prosecute Williams, and if the other people are described, he don't have a problem prosecuting them. Reed stated that the friend that went to the location with him, Marciano, was also assaulted during the same incident. However, Marciano did not want to file a police report. Marciano, the other dude that everybody thought was me getting beat. So this situation, they don't know if I'm involved, I'm getting beat. They just got me every goddamn where. Marciano said he did not want to file a police report. Reed did not know Marciano's condition after the incident, did not have contact information for him, and did not know if his last name or any other information about him, except for the fact that he is approximately 16 years old. Viral video evidence. Reed mentioned there was a viral video of the incident posted on social media, which had been recorded by an unknown person at the present location. Officer Caldwell and I were able to find the video on social media platform, whatever. They give all the analytics to it. The video is about 3 minutes and 22 seconds long and shows a majority of the incident to include the assault and robbery of Reed, as well as the assault and robbery of Marciano. I downloaded the video and uploaded it to evidence. The following is a summary of what unfolded in the video. The video starts with Reed standing in the breezeway with Jones and Williams near the northeast entry. Williams is wearing a forward-facing black hat, gray hooded sweater, dark pants, white shoes, was identified by Reed in the video. Jones is wearing a light-colored hoodie sweater, dark pants, with a satchel slung across his back. There are approximately 15 other people standing in various locations throughout the breezeway. Reed appears to be engaging in a normal conversation with Jones and Williams for approximately 28 seconds before Williams suddenly strikes Reed in the face using his left hand. Reed then falls to the ground and lands on the left side of his body. Williams then continued to strike Reed with alternating hands as he stands over Reed while he is lying on the ground. As Reed is attempting to stand back up, Williams wraps his arms around Reed and tosses him back down on the concrete ground. Williams then reaches his right hand towards his waistband, front hoodie jacket pocket area, and retrieves what appears to be a firearm pistol while holding Reed on the ground by his neck using his left hand. After retrieving the firearm, Williams points the firearm towards Reed for several seconds while still holding him on the ground with his left hand. At one point, Williams points the firearm directly at the back of Reed's head, approximately 12 inches, and only removes his aim when someone shouts, "No, no, 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 Luce, Luce, don't do that." Williams looks up towards the person recording as if to acknowledge the plea, and only at this point that Williams points the firearm away from the back of Reed's head. Ungrateful motherfucker. Ungrateful motherfucker. Right? Reed moves backwards towards the northern wall while Williams maintains hold of him and attempts to stand up again. Utilizing the wall to assist him, William then trips Reed using a leg sweep with his left leg before the video then moves over to Marciano being battered. When the video moves back to Reed, another suspect, hereafter referred to as Suspect 1, is facing Reed and holding him while shoving him backwards towards the wall. As he does so, Williams uses his left leg to strike the back of Reed's leg, causing him to fall to the ground and land on his back. While Suspect 1 maintains hold of Reed's clothing, Suspect 1 then stands over Reed and pins him to the ground using both of his hands as Reed attempts to stand up before striking Reed in the back of the head multiple times with his right hand. We were unable to determine the exact number of strikes due to the camera panning back and forth. The video pans over to Marciano again briefly before focusing back on Reed again. Suspect 1 appears to be attempting to remove items from Reed's personal before William walks briskly back towards Reed while yelling, "Take it off, nigga." Williams then leans down towards Reed as he is lying on the ground while holding the firearm and proceeds to strike Reed in the back of his head with the firearm twice, as Suspect 1 also strikes Reed repeatedly in the face and head with his right hand. Immediately after, an additional suspect, Suspect 2 as they call him, walks to Reed and strikes him approximately 5 times in the face. Using his right hand, he kicks him directly in the face once with his right foot. As Suspect 2 striking Reed, Suspect 1 can be seen removing items from Reed's person and also remove Reed's shirt from his body before tossing it away. Reed is eventually able to stand up momentarily before Suspect 1 grabs him by the throat with his left hand and holds Reed against the wall. Suspect then shoves Reed away and stumbles towards the wall at no jumper. Obviously dazed and injured as a result of the incident, Reed begins to walk towards the exit of the driveway, towards the street. Approaching Suspect 2 approaches Reed and strikes him in the face again using his right hand. Reed continues his attempt to flee as he stumbles his way towards the driveway before Suspect 2 throws a final strike at Reed but misses and hits the chain link fence. Reed finally reaches the end of the driveway and runs northbound on the street. Additional suspect description. Suspect 1 is described as a black male, approximately 30 to 35 old, with short curly black hair and a full beard, wearing a white and blue sweater and dark pants. Suspect 1 is described as a black male, 25 to 35 years old. No, this suspect, hold on, they got Suspect 1, they got 2 Suspect 1, so one of these must be Suspect 2, approximately 25 to 35 years old, with dreadlock-style hair along the center of his head. Sides were shaven, wearing a red hoodie sweater, blue shorts, red and white shoes. Related Burbank Police Report Service Call. It should be noted that the call of service generated related in this incident on the night, so I guess a call went out that night of December 26, 2024 at approximately 7:37. The subject was described as a black male, about 35 years old, and approximately 5'10" tall. The male was shirtless and wearing dark colored pants. He entered a medium gray or light brown older model Chevrolet Blazer and drove southbound on the street at a high rate of speed before possibly turning westbound on another street. When officers arrived on the scene, they were unable to locate the male or the vehicle. Maybe they got this from camera footage. Follow-up crime scene. Sergeant Snowden, Officers Lindquist, Officers Caldwell, and I drove to No Jumper to examine the scene and crime the canvas area for potential evidence and cameras. No Jumper building is commercial area with perpendicular parking lot stalls on the southern side of the front entrance and a parallel disabled parking stall on the northern side of the front entrance. Behind the disabled parking lot stall is a breezeway that connects to the building north of the building address. There's a fence line gate with barbed wire on top of that close to the breezeway. So this is the alleyway they describe it. We canvassed the breezeway and found multiple locations with blood spatter, which matched the area where Reed was being assaulted in the video. We observed blood on the northeast wall, ground in the breezeway, as well as by the garage door. There was additional blood located the entire route of Reed's escape, where he was stumbling away. I mean, it was blood drops, I guess. On the southwest wall of the window of breezeway into the point he reached the sidewalk, relocated where Reed was seen lying on the ground for the majority of the video, as well as used cigarette butts, a piece of a marijuana joint near the wall. I collect, man, was this nigga trying to hit the bud or something? What the hell? I collected both of these items. Maybe it fell out of his pocket, man, I don't know. I collected both of these items using black gloves and placed them into the individual brown paper bag, sealing them with evidence tape. I later booked the above items in the evidence. I took pictures of the scene, and Officer Caldwell took a video walkthrough of the crime scene from the front area to the location. I later uploaded the pictures and videos to evidence. Follow-up, Williams responds to viral video. Officer Caldwell discovered a social media video to YouTube, which was posted by Williams on official page Sharice and Luce Cannon Show, labeled "The Truth on What Happened at No Jumper" with me and Whack 100. Footage exposed. The video is 7 minutes and 12 seconds long. And in the video, Williams refers to the incident with Reed and posts a short clip of the end of it. This nigga put this shit on Sharice's channel. Whoa, this channel right here, diabolical. And speaking on the incident, the following are some of the transcripts from the video. This is Luce Cannon talking, they saying on the video. Listen, I know y'all think about, I know what y'all thinking about. The footage, see what I'm saying? That's going around and what happened at No Jumper. See, you have to understand this, right? I don't run fake plays. I don't run imaginary content. That's y'all be thinking. That somebody's going to just run and try to set somebody up in some play. No, you gonna pay. Somebody took an ass whooping. It don't work like that with me. I'm raw. I'm like authentic. I'm real. I'm sometimes too real. I see when y'all be clout chasing and acting like y'all really want a problem. I'ma give it to you. I didn't see this goddamn clip. So let's go from the beginning. We doing an Adam and Wack show. Adam is leaving the building. Adam FaceTime Wack. Hey, Wack, there's two people that you know, there's two people, just to let you know, wandering around the parking lot. You know who they are? Wack was like, no, I don't know who they are. So I'm like, oh, I don't know, but let me go out and holler at them. So I walk out, right? I walk out with the dude, and he was like, hey, man, I got a problem with Wack. I'm like, you got a problem with Wack? Bro, I told you I was big useless enforcer. I kept him safe. I kept a lot of people safe. Dead homies. Like, I'm not going. I don't seem like I'm the toughest, y'all, but saying, like, I'm a killer. But what a killer look like? Because I stand on everything I say, right? Because I'm not a marshmallow, sugar plum, soft sugar cookie, mayonnaise yogurt, cottage cheese soft. This is what they are saying, Hawaiian roll soft. This nigga, I ain't see this nigga crazy. I'm going to show you a little clip, but you have to really, really understand I can't show you everything because everything is not meant to show. But it shows you enough to let y'all understand, don't keep playing with me. Don't keep playing with Wack. Don't keep playing with 600. Listen, we don't play around. We move militant. We don't move like you know how y'all move. 600 ain't even there, and for the record, nigga, you and 600 ain't never liked your ass. Nigga be at 600. You said it on the show. You think I don't know about you and 600 conversations? Boy, the fuck you the enforcer for some niggas. This nigga crazy. What you think? What you think? Like, oh, you gonna have 5, 10 people? No, I'm gonna have 30, 40, 50 all the time. You want the head up fade? I'm gonna give you that. I love to fight. I'm gonna give you the head up fade after I knock you out. Then don't be mad when the homies pounce. When we, you know how it go. When we see we gonna pounce. So why y'all get mad? This is an example. Stop clout chasing. This is not what you want. I can't help it if I'm the realest in LA on the West Coast. I can't help that. I can't help it. What I say, what I preach is real. It could have went a lot worse, but it didn't. So, suspect identification Williams. Utilizing department resources, Kyle identified Williams as a record check, revealed Williams has multiple outstanding warrants for his arrest out of Riverside County for felon in possession of a firearm, $50,000 bond, a felon domestic violence, another $50,000 bond, as well as an Orange County for grand theft auto, $40,000 bond. Nigga, how are you out of jail with all this shit with no court dates? It's crazy. So 2022, you got the big U shit going on, which they was investigating. You got caught with a gun. You got a domestic violence. And in Orange County, a grand theft auto. You got 3 open warrants at the time of the no jumper incident. A record check reveals Williams is a convicted felony and has lengthy criminal history in multiple states, California, Colorado, Illinois, Indiana, and Nevada, to include numerous arrests and convictions of robbery, felon in possession of firearm, exhibiting a firearm, grand theft, domestic battery by strangulation. That must be what Gigi was talking about. Coercion with force and threats of force, felony domestic violence, burglary, grand theft auto, identity theft, forgery, receiving stolen property, violation of domestic violence restraining order, and obstructing a public officer. Williams' most recent felony convictions are out of CASC Riverside, June 2nd, 2022, for felony possession of a firearm and felony domestic violence, which you had a warrant for at the time. Goddamn, Luce. So you running around the streets with 3 open cases, a domestic violence by strangulation, possession of a gun, and some fraud or something in Orange County. and you running around the streets just free, no court dates. Based on the totality of the investigation to include the following, I determined that Williams was in violation of Penal Code 664-187 PC, attempted murder. Williams took at least one direct but ineffective step towards killing another person, and Williams intended to kill that person, Reed. Investigation conclusion, robbery. Based on the totality of the investigation to include the following, I determined that Williams, suspect 1 and suspect 2 were in violation of 211 PC. The suspects took property that was not their own. The property was in possession of another person, Reed. The property was taken from another person, Reed. The property was taken against the person's will, Reed. The suspect used force or fear to take the property or to prevent the person from resisting, Reed. So that's Luce Cannon, suspect 1 and suspect 2, whoever they may be. They say they don't have their names. When the suspect used force or fear, they intended to deprive Reed of the property permanently and to remove property from Reed possessions for so extended a period of time that Reed would be deprived of a major portion of the value of enjoyment of the property. End of hard copy. So, we just learned a few things. Our theory that Luce Cannon is definitely working with the police supports that, because you had 3 cases with no goddamn court dates. Gigi confirmed one. I had no idea you had a gun case of 2022. And what's crazy is you really running around comfortable getting on podcasts, and you on YouTube. Bro, you on the run. I even seen you promote going to host a show in New York. Ain't no way you on the run for a possession of a gun, domestic violence by strangulation, and a fraud case in Orange County. No, GTI, Grand Theft Auto, stolen vehicle in Orange County, and you running around here on POC. Bro, it's only one thing gonna make you comfortable to do that. You got a handler, you already working. I really think they really locked you up because you was getting out of hand. Like, this last incident, they like, yo, this dude felt like he could do whatever he want, and some of this responsibility may fall back on us if it comes out that we're working with the dude and we allowing him to stay out. Like, this is different. And now you on YouTube still on the same channel talking about you about to get out, like you got no worries in the world. They mentioning me and Adam on there for the civil suit side. The criminal side is you, suspect 1 and suspect 2, per your video. They don't have their names. So suspect 1 and suspect 2, I'm letting y'all know right now. The way he talking about how he know he about to get out, I'm pretty sure giving up y'all names is part of his bargain. I mean, it's using common sense. I didn't even see the other video you put out that they got the description of. They read it. I mean, the fact that they wrote down all the sweetie pie, sugar plum, Hawaiian roll, mayonnaise was crazy. But Jay Reed, I mean, you know, they say, I guess after the, well, I heard him tell Luce, you know, 11-8 gangster, which I didn't know what the hell that was at the time, respectfully. I didn't know. The only 11-8 I know was he. But nevertheless, Jay Reed, you went and filed the police report. I guess this was the day after Christmas. You went January 2nd to 3rd. So I don't know. But what I do know is this. For every dime I got to spend in court fighting you, it's going to triple up on you. Because me and you both know you ain't never had no business with whack. Just because you with somebody in Vegas, you with somebody that's coming to see the dude that I'm talking to, has nothing to do with you. This incident with you and old Luce happened December 26th. And I don't know why. I'm still confused on why you came up there or how you even got the address to come up there. Maybe you've been up there previously or why you would come up there that late. Like, I'm confused. I got a rule. If you ain't there when I walk in, you not getting in. Demon Time Exotics could tell you that. If you not there when I walk in, you will not get in that building. And once we're done, we're walking out of that building. For the record, I have no business with you, Jay Reed. Never had any business with you. Never had any arrangements to meet you to do business. I had arrangements to meet Mozzie and Travis Ford. And Mozzie that day canceled at about 2:33. And I called Travis Ford immediately thereafter and let him know that his boss canceled the meeting. It was no need for him to come. Why? Because I don't believe in just having people come to No Jumper just to come to No Jumper. If Mozzie not gonna be there, Travis, is no need for you to be there. Now, I don't know what you and Luce Cannon thing is. I know for a fact Travis Ford didn't tell you to go up there because he went on the record saying you called him and he told you Mozzie canceled. Wack told me directly, Travis Ford, not to go up there. So Travis is telling you, why you going up there? Right? If we ain't going up there, what you going up there for? You ain't got nothing to do with nothing. You ain't signed to Dosh. You ain't got nothing to do with Dosh. Travis Ford tells me that sometime you was a little tag along. Right? Then he goes to tell me that you got records that somebody else told you to come up there. Only thing I know I can speak on is this guy, my phone number, never gave you any direction to come up there. I don't know you. I don't have no business with you. Ain't got no problems with you. Ain't got no problems with you now. I don't know you. You keep telling people you know me. Knowing of somebody and knowing somebody is two total different things, right? So at the end of the day, I hate to say it, but Luce releasing the video is a gift and a curse. It's a curse to him and his people, whoever they may be, and it's pretty much a gift to me because, boy, I didn't touch you, wasn't gonna touch you. Whatever another man decide to do, that's on that man. My team moved with me as I move with my team, and my team was on that brick wall on the side of that Mercedes-Benz. They snatched me up literally and stuffed me in my vehicle and locked the doors, told me I couldn't get out. Yeah, so whatever you got going on, you got going on. It looks like you got a civil side with me and Adam, and you got a criminal side with Luce Cannon and Suspect 1 and Suspect 2, whoever they may be. But Suspect 1 and Suspect 2, they got the video footage, and I'm pretty sure they didn't been on down there to talk to old Loosey Goosey. And I'm pretty sure just like Luce tried to use that Money Mike footage as leverage to get out, as we seen the ghosts and them exposed talking to the attorney, as Akademiks exposed when the attorney sent the cease and desist, saying that he didn't know he was being recorded when he told individuals on the phone, we're gonna make it look like the video came from Tremaine so he can get the credit for it to get out. And he's been screaming that he's gonna get out, but this is crazy. Let's just add it up. You got a Rico, that big you saying you going to court now on your own. He don't understand why. You got prior to a gun case, Domestic violence by strangulation, which Gigi spoke on. Y'all can go to Big Gigi YouTube channel. She speaks on that. And you got a GTI, a GTA, Grand Theft Auto, and an attempted murder. And you on the phone every day out the feds telling people you about to get out. Yeah. I'm glad I knew when you was coming before you came. I got a little money out of you. You tried to get my hands dirty a couple times. You can't force my hand. I'm a grown man. Just because you jump don't mean I'm going to jump. Just because you drink piss don't mean I'm going to drink piss. That's what you want to do. This the second time, second or third. Let me see. This time, the time at your girl's reveal, which you put that footage up on the internet. I'm talking about what you put up on the internet. And Demon Time clowned me about it. He said when them niggas started doing what they was doing, Wack put his hands up and walked away. Yeah. And I waited with the owner to make sure he was all right. Yeah, no need for me and my woman to run down the street for what? We here to attend an event. Y'all decided to do what you do. You did what you did. So, and then you tried it with big homie CC. Big homie CC will tell you, nah, you ain't doing that. I'm gonna have the conversation. And then I'm gonna walk away. That's it. It didn't work. I'm not one of them. I'm letting y'all know right now, I'm not a sheep. Just because you on some BS don't mean I'm gonna be on it. My team, we make decisions and we move together. And none of my team was a participant in none of that dumb shit at the end of the day. Jay Reed, listen, man, I know it sounds good to make me part of it, thinking you're gonna get a bag. Just understand we got a counter thing to where we charge for attorney fees, right? That'll have your kids not getting no money from your little $25,000 life insurance policy once you go, when your day comes, because all our day is coming. But in the meantime, between time, I will be sending the paperwork to my guy Prince. He will be doing a reread on the 100 side of the clubhouse, and we're gonna leave it at that. Just thought I'd bring y'all the news. Again, let me name the names. A lot of y'all podcasters got bad at Wack because I interviewed 6ix9ine. Well, okay. Y'all interviewed Jay Reed. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to hear it. I think what it is because I blazed the trail. Y'all say, damn, I should have came up with that. And I ain't got no problem with y'all interviewing Jay Reed. Actually, Compton Rick Rock, you did me some justice because Jay Reed got up there and told a story and said some things, which is very contradicting to what he put in his report. So, you know, can't believe he said he just met Luce Cannon 3 months ago. You's a bozo. Compton Rick Rock, you make sure when you do your little thing, as I know you would do, right? You put that clip up there where O.J. Reed said how far back he go with old Luce Cannon. In the meantime, between time, y'all be safe out there. Keep your head up and don't discriminate. Peanut butter and jelly is still good for the kids. Peanut butter, no munching. Jelly is still good for the kids. And I'll see y'all later. We out.